Hello and welcome to Spark Joy Astrology. I hope you're having a gorgeous day and that you had a beautiful weekend. It was definitely a gorgeous, heart expansive energy that was available to us as we have dived into the Lion's Gate portal, which is a yearly summer event which really works to open our hearts, friends. It is a full moon eve. We have a full moon in Aquarius coming in tomorrow on Tuesday, the 1st of August. August is special in the fact that we get two full moons. One at the beginning of the month and one at the end. And right in the middle, we have a new moon in Leo, where all of this lovely love revolution energy is happening with Venus going retrograde. So let's dive into the astrology of today and tomorrow and really highlight this beautiful energy that we're working with when it comes to our ancestors. I have been having the lovely honor of getting deep into the subtle realms of reality and realizing how incredibly potent our ancestors are when it comes to our lives and what they can do for us. And when we pay reverence to them, how they are able to flow more energy towards us in support of our mission. So this Lion's Gate portal, this Mercury traveling in his home sign of Virgo transit has a lot to do with healing old cycles that are beyond this lifetime that have been passed on to us from our ancestors. And they are certainly here, friends, helping us along this potent portal of the Lion's Gate portal. So let's dive into all of the astrology for today, Monday, July 31st and August 1st. I am doing 2 days instead of one because I want to give you the full flavor of this full moon that is coming in on Tuesday. Okay, so we start Monday off with waves of energy rolling in from other days, one of them being Uranus square Black Moon Lilith at 22 degrees. Uranus is in Taurus, Black Moon Lilith is in Leo, where Venus is going retrograde. So she's definitely keeping a pulse on the fears, on how we're working into this independent sovereign self, this wholeness self, which our ancestors in Virgo are definitely helping us to find this wholeness and sovereignty. This is valid until August 9th, that we are feeling this bubbling up of deep emotion to face and to hand off to our ancestors and allow them to help us, allow them to step in. And this, friends, went exact yesterday on Sunday, July 30th. We're also working with the wave of Pluto squaring the nodes, that skipped step of fate when it comes to deep inner work and shadow transformation. That will be holding strong with us all the way until September 3rd, which happens to be the day that Mercury and Venus both go direct. A very potent day indeed. A lot of alchemy that we're working right now will be put into forward motion on September 3rd. All right, lastly, we're working with Mars trining Jupiter, a really beautiful aspect, friends, that came in yesterday and will be exact on August 1st. So we're just feeling it, and we're going to really get the full effect tomorrow. So what a potent full moon day. We'll get into that aspect when I speak a little bit further on about tomorrow. So let's start with our first aspect of the day on Monday at 6:01 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. The moon at 19 degrees of Capricorn, we are in this goal-achieving mental state, is squaring Chiron. So we're able to use this grounded Capricornian energy to focus on emotional flare-ups, any sensitivities that come up today, because there might be some early in the morning with frustration, possible confusion, challenging the ability to show up in a vulnerable state. Maybe you're feeling more closed with this square to Chiron. But this is an opportunity to address insecurities and to shine empathy upon them. So inviting your nurturing healer into the scene early on in the morning, maybe having to reparent yourself, your inner child, in a moment this morning that comes up as a challenge. So this could be a kernel to some of the ancestral patterning that we are working towards eliminating in our karmic picture. So our next aspect really lends to this at 10:29 a.m. The Lion's Gate portal really feels strong with this particular aspect. Like we're able to get this energy in a little bit more amplified. So let's break down the aspect and what is the Lion's Gate portal. Well, friends, the Egyptians built giant pyramids that aligned to this particular portal. This is the alignment of a Sirius, or a stars in the Orion Belt with the star Sirius and the pyramids. And the sun, this whole connection is a portal into some mighty lion energy. The lion being our beautiful, heart expansive, mighty, courageous energy is an ability to bring in heart, right? And through the heart, through love, this pure vibration, we're able to open up a manifestation portal, a powerful alchemical portal. Because this is the sun charging all of this, there's a lot of light codes coming in. Light codes for evolution, friends, for our highest, most awesome selves. And the aspect that comes in at 10:29 a.m. between the moon trining Uranus, the moon at 22 degrees of Capricorn and Uranus at 22 degrees of Taurus. This is grounding into that earthy Taurus energy, some futuristic Uranus codes, those light codes for evolving. So access to our future self through this aspect, friends. It could be unconventional, outside of the box emotions that come up, but channel building this new way of life, of optimizing towards your purpose. Because Taurus, where Uranus is ruled by Venus. It's very much flavoring this Venusian retrograde that we have happening in Leo. So some serious creative spark towards envisioning that authentic future you're being called to, that through this portal, miracles truly can happen, friends. Hello, little mushroom fairy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go see my Chiron retrograde video where I explain some really beautiful energy that I tapped into and was able to have a mystical experience that has to do a lot with my future as a healer that I'm really pushing into in new ways. So very amazing energy that we're able to wield with this creative spark. And after turning a corner this weekend through a lot of that Pluto challenge at 29 degrees, the test degrees, we've kind of lifted off of that. Now a lot of those 29s are at 28. So we've gone past this really challenging corner. And now we're using this Uranus Lion's Gate portal to lightning bolt shift us up into a whole nother octave. All right, friends, our next aspect on the eve of the full moon, it comes in at 5:55 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And you know, I got to look up that angel number and share that with you. 555 means changes are undeniably underway, and be open to the subtle signs. So these lovely synchronicities that are like breadcrumbs leading us on our path to our highest good are really accessible with this sextile. Sextiles are a more subtle energy. They are by the nature of Venus, so they want us to harmonize, balance, and feel creative, sparky energy. So this is an access point to subtler realms, to our ancestors. Oh, we got a couple little boys riding by, so yay for that. But these subtle signs, pay attention to them. This is actually perfect for where I'm going later on with this report. This childlike fun is so important, friends. So listen to the glee, and maybe you can find that vibration later on today. But let those little breadcrumbs lead you into your highest good. It is potent at 5:55. This beautiful charging up of your psychic antenna with Neptune being sextiled by the moon. Okay, friends, our next one is at 7:38 p.m. and that is actually between that time and 8:21 p.m. It's the nodes who are oscillating. So the moon at 28 degrees of Capricorn, we're getting into those more challenging degrees now because they're at the end of Capricorn, is squaring the moon's nodes. This is not an easy transit. This is where we could potentially have some intense emotions. Loved ones can definitely help you to break old ancestral trauma cycles here. So those loved ones I'm talking about can be here on Earth side or on the other side. We're attached to those subtler realms from that earlier transit to Neptune. So this is a beautiful transit. I got to go see the Barbie movie last night at the drive-in with my family, and it really spoke to the energy of today. You know, Barbie can be looked at as a way of bringing in some fake ideal, false ideal of what women should be, and really push consumerism. But on one end, if you watch the movie, it's really this female power trying to allow women to see themselves in any role. And so what's beautiful about this movie, friends, is that it's taken some of the trauma, what's happened through the Barbie movie is we've gotten some ancestral trauma in our past, and now we are looking at it in a whole new way, right? This movie really empowers the feminist movement. So it kind of did a 180, which is kind of what this particular aspect can do for you. So look at any lessons today that seem like they've been repeated ones, and now how can you turn your perspective around to really find the beauty and the evolutionary drive in that energy. This is some deep transmuting, some alchemical work that we're doing here along those 555 changes under the way, rev up, amplified awesomeness. Okay, at 8:13 p.m. the moon comes to contact Pluto at 28 degrees. Pluto's going retrograde, wrapping up a cycle that started back in 2008, and this is where our moon gets to check in with the richness, the depth of the treasure from our soul, from that deep inner connection that we have. A conjunction means a blending, a union of these two planetary bodies. So our yin nature is the moon, and Pluto really offers depths and riches that you can only be found in the deepest, darkest parts of your psyche. So words are hard. Analyzing your psyche is really beautiful for this evening time. You know, get out your journal, maybe look at those cycles, maybe look at your ancestors. How far are these cycles going in time? And are you the one to break them, friends? Because you just might be. All right, at 9:58 p.m., the moon moves out of Capricorn and into Aquarius, the other Saturn-ruled home. So as far as emotions go, Aquarius and the moon are not like super best friends, and neither is Capricorn. So we kind of have the same flavor, but now the moon moves into a much more collective, seeing the grand picture, the tribal aspect of us all. As I found in my beautiful journey in my retreat in Mexico on psilocybin, that we are intimately connected as one giant organism, just like our bellies have all this gut bio in them, gut biome. Oh, words are hard today, friends, but you know what I mean. Tons and tons of life within us. We are extensions of Mother Earth. And so this is Aquarian energy. It's repping the collective consciousness, friends. It's an air sign, so it's what connects everybody. And yes, it is ruled traditionally by Saturn, but in modern astrology, it's ruled by Uranus. So this, again, revolutionary energy brings in how we rebel the status quo to work into new paradigms. It's our evolution around beliefs and social patterns and conditioned patterning and all of that stuff. So here we go, friends. We're in Aquarius, where our moon is going to move to make a opposition to the sun, and this will be our full moon. We're going to move now into August 1st because we are finished with Monday's aspects. This full moon, friends, is a self-love wave into the collective, an awakening of the heart. The moon is at 9 degrees of Aquarius, and the sun is at 9 degrees of Leo, where we have our Venus retrograde, and we had Black Moon Lilith in there. Definitely some potent looks at commitment, fear around relationships. So here we go, August 1st, Lion's Gate portal awakening moon, friends. I have a few Sabian symbols to share with you for this moon because I was called to one and then looked up at another, and wow, connecting the dots of ancestral help. Yes, yes, yes. So here we go on August 1st. We start with our first aspect. Tashi, come here. Oh, my dog is not on his leash. That was tricky. This is Tosh, everyone. Say hello to Tosh. He's my best friend. Okay, so at 12:32 p.m., the moon at that 9-degree aspect is basically asking us to look at our truths in relationships to others, most importantly ourself, and become illuminated, ignited with this inner awakening of the heart. You know, we are washing this wave across the entire Mother Earth. It is a collective wave of evolution whenever a full moon encapsulates Aquarius. So this Lion Gate timing is so incredible, friends. It is a massive awakening that is happening on our planet, and our ancestors are 100% behind us, supporting us. Okay, so 12:32 p.m., that moon is official. And you know, Aquarius being this collective energy, and where our moon is receiving those rays from the sun, and where our sun is where this inner love revolution is taking place, correct? So it's as if we are shining all that work that we've been doing and illuminating ourselves with now out into the world. If you think about Care Bears, where's my 80s friends out there? But shining deeply from this beautiful heart sense of love into the world, your unique power, whatever, you know, character or shape was written on your heart was yours. And right now with Leo at the center of all of our hearts, we are just really beaming out into the collective this desire to awaken into a whole new us, a whole new version of connected, earth-loving souls. So that is really a beautiful, short but sweet synopsis of our full moon today, an evolution of the heart, friends. All right, then at 2:45 Mountain Daylight Time, Mars comes into trine with Jupiter. Mars is in Virgo, his now with co-present Mercury, who is ruler to Virgo. So this house has been empowered now, and so Mars is empowered and really making a beautiful aspect, a trine to Jupiter. This is amplified go do power energy, so achieving your goals. Let's wrap up this ancestral cycle of trauma. Let's get there, friends. This is the positive shiny energy that can definitely help us get there, and really honing in on those synchronistic moments as those breadcrumbs. This is the aspect that's going to really help us get there if we pay attention. This is also a beautiful energy for driving beautiful sexual passionate energy as well. It can be, you know, waves of positive energy when a couple, a divine union is creating that beautiful energy. The collective is really feeling it on an amplified level. And the Sabian symbol for this particular moon, because it includes the moon and the sun in two different houses but opposite from one another, I'm going to share them both. The Sabian symbol for where our moon is a popularity that proves fleeting, which means really, friends, that, you know, we may come into a place right now of popularity, but to always remain humble. And then from this place of where the moon is saying, okay, I see this heart level and this universal awakening, but we must stay humble in it. We must include everybody with this heart energy to get them there. And then the sun is saying, all right, early morning dew. That's the phrase, meaning metamorphosis, right? Into this softness, into this lighter expression of being. So what a beautiful conversation that the moon and the sun are having today at this full moon. And now we're going to move into the next aspect, which will help us with another Sabian symbol. Okay, so at 7:38 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, the moon at 13 degrees of Aquarius squares Jupiter at 13 degrees in Taurus. And the Sabian symbol here for 13 degrees of Taurus is shellfish, groping, and children playing, which when I did some investigative research on multiple different authors' idea of what this means, because sometimes the Sabian symbols are like, what? But this said, through various places, it's very much like a self-evolution through play, right? Those boys driving by on their bicycles, having fun on a summer day, that balancing of work and play is really potent with this full moon. Leo is the house of joys and play and heart expansive yumminess. So making sure, friends, that we pump that joy into the universe as a collective wave of change. So getting it on with your partner, having fun with your kids, just getting out and enjoying your heart, friends. Okay, so let's see. I also wanted to share the Sabian symbol for where the moon is at this particular aspect. So 13 degrees, we always round up when we use Sabian symbols, and that comes to a train entering a tunnel. Okay, this can be seen as cutting through obstacles, right? If you think about a tunnel, they have to create huge amounts of power through detonating explosives, make that tunnel through. So this is a beautiful conversation that we're having between Jupiter and the moon, that we are moving in our destination, cutting through obstacles, and the way that we are getting there is to make sure that we are balancing fun and work, making sure we play and open our hearts into this beautiful miracle, that is the physical reality. All right, at 8:18 p.m. we come into our last aspect of this full moon day, and that is a big one. It's the first aspect that Mercury is making from his home sign, so he does have dignity here, and he is making an opposition to Saturn, who's retrograde in Pisces. This can bring up some challenging conversations, friends. Maybe in the subtler realms of reality with ancestors, you come into a reality of maybe a really not so beautiful family secret that could very much come up from this particular aspect. But looking at challenging conversations, new intel coming in that pushes us into a more wiser space. Because Mercury has that dignity, it isn't up level. An example of this could be like a grandparent or an ancestor from another realm sharing something hard, a family secret that was challenging, or speaking to a challenging reality of life, like death, which I don't want to give too much about the Barbie movie away, but death is something that starts a whole existential crisis. So, facing these harder truths, this is definitely something that Mercury opposite Saturn could bring up towards the end of the day, but it could also be a beautiful gem of revelation that helps you to just become more wise and peel back the layers of yourself to get deeper into the knowing of who you are. Whew. All right, friends, this is the full moon in Aquarius. I am so happy to be with you through the month of August. We're going to have Venus Cazimi. Oh my gosh. We're going to have 2 full moons, 1 new moon in Leo, 2 retrogrades with Uranus and Mercury both going backwards, and 2 sign changes, not including the moon. So it will be a great month, and I am so excited to share it with you. I love you, and they send you so much joy. Mwah.